second and fourth set we were able to do, but once our mouths closed, and this is, I think, every team everywhere, if you're not having communication with each other, it's just a stop and question mark instead of go and feel comfortable that everybody is there doing their job. So, again, we got our game faces back on, started talking to each other. You know, they were intent to win, and there was a lot of intensity in the huddles. But I was like, yeah, we got to do this. So then they just fixed it and went forward. And we played aggressively in that fourth set, too, which made it easier for them to kind of upright the ship.
So let's talk a little bit about the matchup. And kind of as expected, Perkins County was the number 2 seed. They came out of that, and you have not played Perkins County yet, but you get an opportunity to coming up here shortly tonight.
Right, and they're a very well-coached team. They have some good athletes. They're also a young team. They've got, freshmen and sophomores on their squad too, so that'll be an even match. They're beautiful. They got freshmen against Mitchell last night, and they had the same struggles in the third set as we did in ours. So that's again, it's every volleyball team everywhere. If the communication breaks down, then there's challenges. So if we can serve tough, again, keep them out of the system, keep their offense on its heels, we'll do what we need to do to take a win.
So last night when you played Kimball, they were a senior-dominated team, and I don't know that you've seen too many of those. They had a lot of seniors in there, and now you get one that's kind of more matched up as far as experience-wise. But your girls are, I guess, pretty experienced at this point, finishing out toward the end of this year, and a lot of experience from last year.
Right, and all of those games and time on task matters, but we're just it's just going to keep growing as they get older. I think you can see in Ashlyn Hutchinson's play, she is a senior. She's had years and years of high school and club experience coming from Illinois, and it just makes a huge difference. She knows where she's at on the court. She knows where she can read the court well, has a lot of different shots, and is just a consistent player for us. So, she's going to have big shoes to fill for us next year, and some of these young kids are going to need to step up into that role next year as a player and as a leader that she is on the court and off. So, we are young and growing, and that'll be fun in our conference too, because we've got all the young teams in our conference just to see everybody progressively get better in our conference. So that'll be fun to be a part of too.
What's the status for Annalena Nelson tonight for the ball game? Then they were kind of working on her leg last night. Is she going to be okay?
Yeah, just a shout out. Camilla stepped into her position last night and did a great job. So we're happy that Camilla got an opportunity and was able to do that for us. And yes, Robbie checked out Annie after the match, and she's suffering from a little tendonitis in the calf tight, but she's feeling better last night after he looked better and did some stretches, and she is raring to go today. So we will have her back on the court with us tonight.
Great. All right, well, we'll let you go. Good luck tonight against Perkins County in this sub-district final game.
Thanks, Mike. Go Badgers.
Starting lineups coming up in 60 seconds.
Sponsors include Reimers Well Drilling well since 1968. Mark has all you need for wells, and don't forget the solar well option too. Call 402-376-3707. And Cherry County Implement on West Highway 20 in Valentine, your premier dealer. They also carry Miller Loaders and Bosch Livestock Equipment. Union Bank and Trust Company of Valentine for all your banking needs.
Hometown to the state pride thing. Union Bank and Trust.
Welcome back as we get ready for the sub-district final here. Perkins County Lady Plainsmen against the Valentine Lady Badgers. For the Lady Plainsmen, starting will be Kaylin Mackey. She is number 1 and a senior. Number 2, Cameron Klockman, a sophomore. Number 3, Ava Seeger, a senior. Number 4, Ella Holman, a junior. And number 5, Addison York, a sophomore. Also in that starting lineup for the Lady Plainsmen, Zoe Hansen, a sophomore, number 10. And the libero will be Tessa Euling, a senior, number 40. For the Valentine Lady Badgers, they'll go with number 1, Paige Springer, a junior. Number 3, Clara Bebout, a sophomore. Number 4, Danica Jansen, a sophomore libero. Number 5, Annalena Nelson, sophomore. Number 7, Ashlyn Hutchinson, a senior. Number 11, Devaney Belville. Devaney will be a freshman, and also freshman Mia Sherbein on that front line as well as they get done introducing starting lineups here tonight. Mike Burge along with you on KVSH AM 940. Valentine, Nebraska, bringing you some exciting volleyball action. I think this will be a barn burner between the Valentine Lady Badgers and the Lady Plainsmen of Perkins County. Valentine will be on the right-hand side of the net as we talk to you tonight, serving from right to left. They'll be in their red long-sleeve jerseys and black trunks, white numbers. And Perkins County, they'll be on the left-hand side in there as well. They're going to be in the black and red jerseys and black trunks as well. So looking for a good contest here between the 16 and 15 Lady Plainsmen and the 22 and 10 Valentine Lady Badgers. Right now, these two teams are both setting at 2 wins away from going to a state tournament berth. Valentine right away will bring Danica Jansen into the back row as libero. And we'll be ready to serve this one here in just a second as Devaney Belville looks like Valentine will have the opening serve of this match. Again, serving right to left, right-hand side of the serving line for the freshman of Valentine. Just outside the basketball key here, right side of the line. First serve underway, picked up by the back row, set up front, offline hit, and trouble for the Badgers, brought back in off the end line by Sherbein, bumped back over by Jansen. Again, set, left side this time for Perkins County, took some heat on that one, and a nice kill to start the match for Perkins County. And that's Ella Holman, the junior, who gets the kill on that one. Their setter is going to be Kaylin Mackey, the senior, as well. Now, Perkins County back to serve left to right. It will be Holman to serve. Left-hand side of the serving line, still in the basketball paint. Long serve, a little bit of adrenaline, and a serving error for the Plainsmen, and out of bounds. So tied up 1-1. Valentine lone senior, Ashlyn Hutchinson back to serve. Left-hand side of the serving line, right-hand serve. Flat-footed into the right back corner, passed up front. Holman sets it in the middle. Nice block by Bebot in the middle. One-on-one there. Back to the left side hit, long, out of bounds. I don't think Valentine got a hand on that. And that'll be another point for the Badgers, now up 2-1. Ashlyn Hutchinson back over to the serving line. Hits it over into the middle back row. Pop kind of straight up there. Gonna have to bump this one over. They do get it over on 3. Devaney sets it back. Sherbein with the heat right in the back row. Great job by Holman keeping underneath that one and bumped over on 3. Not afraid to take that heat. Here comes Sherbein again. This one tipped at the net, I'm thinking, is what Valentine is saying, and that's not what the judges are going to say. Julie Forth thought that was. I thought there was a little deflection at the net as well, but it's going to be a point for the Lady Plainsmen, tying it up 2-2 here. Going back to serve is libero Tessa Euling, right-hand side of the serving line, right-hand serve, low, diving underneath it is Jansen, bump set up and over by the Badgers. Moore sets it up front in the middle. Hit's going to be into the net by the Plainsmen. And Valentine's point advantage 3-2 early on. First set here in the sub-district final. Danica Jansen will go back to serve. Running jump serve into the back row. Passed up front. Set by Mackey. Over the left side. Hit is deep right side, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be out. Valentine takes a big 2-point lead, 4-2 in here. Hit on that side. Nice placement, just a little bit too far to the right where it sailed out of bounds. The length was going to be about right, but I think it went out on the side. Jansen with the jump serve again. Underneath it, passed up front to Mackey. Set, left side, tipped at the Badgers front row. Belville will set left side. Sherbein pounds it right back on the Badgers with the block. Free ball coming up off the end line. And they called that out. Looked like it was close to being on the line there. I'm about 60 feet away, so pretty tough to tell on that. But Badgers get the point. It's going to be 5 serving 2. And a sub coming into the ball game for the Lady Plainsmen, Macy Cole coming in. Actually 4 serving 3 as they do give that point. And they're going to call that out and overrule the line judge on that. So 4 serving 3. The serve on a jump serve long, and another serving there by the Lady Plainsmen. A little bit of adrenaline going here in this first set. 5-3 Valentine. Ty Miller checks into the ball game. She'll serve right-hand side of the serving line along the basketball lane. With the toss in the air. into the back row, passed up front, close to the net. Nice job saving that out of there, but they have to double hit. Nobody else could come and help out, but they did get it out of the net. Macy Cole got a hand underneath it, but nobody to get that second hit, so a double hit by the Lady Plainsmen put the Badgers up 6-3. Miller again to serve. In the middle back row, passed up, set right side, and the hit into the net for left side. Looking at a couple of different setters in here in this rotation. Setting that one was Macy Cole, I believe. And Badgers up 7-3 first set. Miller with the serve, popped up in the back row by Holman. And the tip over the front row. Jansen dives underneath it at the 10-foot line. Tipped back by Mia Sherbein. Sherbein gets the tip and the kill on that one. Sherbein picks up her first little tip on that one to get her first kill of the night. Badgers lead it 8-3 first set. Into the middle back row, passed up front. Here's the set again, this time by Cole. Left side, tip over. Belleville sets it with a bump in the middle. Tipped by the Badgers, Paige Springer. Back to the right side with the hit. Front row tips it up. Belleville will set left side. Sherbein pounds this one. Nice tip at the net by the Plainsmen. Over the left side, tip over the front row. Springer backing him up there. Heel of the hand, bumped that over by Sherbein. Back to the Plainsman left side, and the hit deep in the right corner. Nobody for the Badgers can move to get to it. Nice kill that time by the Lady Plainsman. That was by Zoe Hansen there on her first kill of the night. 4 serving 8 now. Back to serve, left to right. Cameron Klockman, a sophomore. Right-hand serve, right-hand side of the serving line. Sherbein back up front, bumped over by Belleville. Here's the set over the left side, and the big shot over there, but the Badger front row picks it up. Back to Sherbein, tips it to the back corner. It is out. Just off the end line and to the left a little bit. 5 serving 8 now. Point going to the Lady Plainsmen. Again, with the serve is Klockman. Back row, passed up front to Belleville. Off the 10-foot line, Sherbein with the hit. Plainsmen will play this one. Back to the left side. The hit tipped at the net. Bump set by Page in the front row. Nice dig underneath that in the back row by Klockman. Badgers coming up for the big hit, coming over the line. Nice job getting underneath that one by Macy Cole of the Plainsmen, but it was hit so hard when it came off of her receive there. She tried to pass that one up, but it came back over the net and out of bounds. Advantage Valentine 9-5 here. Sherbein back to serve, middle back row. Passed up front by Euling. On the left side, nice hit. Blockers up front, tip it. Belleville able to set Hutchinson left side. Deep in the right corner. It is in for the kill, and Hutchinson will get the kill on that one. Right deep, about as deep into that right corner as you could get. And again with Sherbein on the serve. Passed up in the back row, bump set on the run. They're going to have to bump this one over. Jansen passes up front. Belleville sets it left side. Hutchinson from the middle. High on the receive that time. Quick tip over the net. And point for the Plainsmen. Nice shot that time by the setter. Coming up there is Cole and gets a little big shot in there to score on the Badgers. Caught the Badgers a little bit open there in the middle of the court. 6 serving 10. Going to the left-hand side of the serving line for the Lady Plainsmen. Right-hand serve into the net. That's going to be a net serve. And a serving error number 3 in the first set here against Lady Plainsmen. Valentine with a 5-point advantage now. 11-6. Paige Springer goes back to serve for Valentine. Had 3 aces in those sets last night. Picked up in the back row. Set by Cole, left side hit. Nice job again. Tipping it up at the net. Taking a little heat off of it from the 10-foot line. Hit by Sherbein. Played by the Plainsmen. From the right side, underneath it is Springer. Belleville sets again. Hutchinson this time going across the court to the right side. In the middle, they hit again, and Plainsmen keep attacking. Badgers scramble, get it back up. Great job there by Springer and Miller. Keeping that one going, the Badgers will take the point. Badgers moving on that one. A couple of those that looked like they were going to hit the floor. Miller got underneath one. Springer came over to keep it up on the second hit, and the Badgers were able to get it over. I don't think the Lady Plainsmen expected it to come back. Got caught a little bit out of position there. From behind the 10-foot line, nice hit, but picked up by the Badgers. In the middle, dump shot and blocked. An ace block that time by Ella Holman, who gets the block right in the middle. Couple of subs coming in. It's going to be Kaylin Mackey back into serve. Back into the front row will be Addison York, young sophomore, but tall, probably 6-foot sophomore in there in that front row, towering over everybody else on the court. Mackey with the serve. Hutchinson passes it up to Belva, back to Hutchinson. Blocked at the net, and Perkins County called for being in the net, it looks like there, so going to be a point for the Badgers. Nope, other way, sorry. Badgers in the net on the hit, and it's going to be 8 serving 4 now. Kaylin Mackey back to serve. With the right-hand serve, lofts that one over. Sherbein steps underneath it. Hutchinson left side. Oh, found the open spot at the 10-foot line. Left-hand side of the Badger net. Cutting against the grain that time with the right-hand hit. Found the open spot just inside the out-of-bounds line at the 10-foot line. And another kill there for Hutchinson in this ball game. Badgers back to serve. Belleville. Passed up front. Mackey will set it left side. Here's the sophomore. Not a lot of heat on the hit that time. Trying to place that. Badgers coming up long on the hit that time. And it's going to be 9 serving 13 as coming into the ball game will be Cameron Klockman. And again, back to serve is going to be Ella Holman for the Lady Plainsmen. 9 serving 13. Hutchinson passes up front. Belleville back set right side. Hutchinson tip back down on Valentine, but Valentine plays it. Nobody over the left side. There was no hitter there where they bump set that, and it's going to fall on Valentine's side. Now a 3-point ball game, 10 to 13 here, as the point goes to the Lady Plainsmen. Again, Holman with the serve into the net. That'll be a 4th serving error against the Lady Plainsmen. That's the difference in the ball game right now. 14 serving 10. Hutchinson back to serve. Right hand serve from the left side of the serving line. In the middle, the sophomore up on top of that. Hits the right back corner. Boy, she doesn't have to jump up. Addison York gets the kill there. Doesn't really have to jump much to get up on top of that. Her reach will be at the top of the net. So she got on top of that and into the right corner. Now a 3-point spread. Back to serve is Tessa Euling for the Plainsmen. Pops this one over to Sherbein, up to Belleville, back to Sherbein, left side, into the double block and down on. Now they're looking to see the official, looking to make sure where that ball went to. They still have not given the okay and decided for sure. Valentine said it was on the Plainsman's side. The official couldn't tell if it caught the net and come down on Valentine's side, or if it was on the block and down on the Plainsman's side. They do give the point. The official down there on the floor does say it will be a point for the Badgers. So Valentine up 15-11. But Coach Monica Cole is talking to the official. And we're looking at the official on this upright standard there, wanting an explanation, and she has every right to check and make sure what that call was. Jansen with the serve. Back row passes up front. Mackey with the set over to the left side. Blocked at the net, but out of bounds by the Badgers. Springer was there. Annalena Nelson also there. And a point going to Perkins County. They rotate in again. Going back to serve will be Macy Cole off the end of the line this time. Jump serve, got a little bit of English on that. Badgers bringing it out. Belleville right close to the net, has to dump that over on 2. Sherbein gets a little big shot underneath it. Nice save by the Plainsmen to keep it alive. Now a scramble again by the Plainsmen and bumped over on 3. Badgers keep dumping it over the net, but the Plainsmen are scrambling underneath it into the double block by Sherbein on the left side. And the double block there by 10 and 14, that's Hanson and Franklin. The block comes back down on Valentine's side. Now a 2-point spread, 13 serving 15 here. Again, back to serve is Cole. Jansen passes up, Belleville sets it left side, Sherbein dumps it, nobody there, point, Valentine. Sherbein gets another kill. She's got 4 here on the night. 16-13. Ty Miller back to serve, right-hand side of the serving line. It's costume night tonight at the Badger Gym, and a great crowd on hand. Pass up front to Perkins County. Set right side into the right corner. Nice kill that time by Cameron Klockman. Klockman gets the kill off that one. Into deep right corner again. Right straight down the line. Back to a 2-point spread. 14 serving 16. And now Klockman back to serve. Oh, another net serve. That's 5 serving errors for the Lady Plainsmen here in this first set. 17-14 now. Badgers back to serve is Paige Springer, or rather Sherbein. Sherbein gets a little bit hard on that one, and that's the first serving error by the Badgers in this first set. Back to a 2-point spread. Over to serve on the left-hand side will be Zoe Hansen, the sophomore. Left side of the serving line. And a right-hand serve. Into the middle. Jansen pops this one up. Set there by Sherbein. Off-speed hit, left side by Hutchinson. Perkins County underneath it. Little dump shot. Badgers scramble underneath it and over on 3. Using that arm to get it up and going. Dump on 2. Badgers try to tap it back down by Springer, but Perkins County there. Down in the left corner. That time it looked like a placement shot by Ella Holman is going to go off the left side, trying to place that in an open spot. And that's not going to work for them as the Badgers get the point on that as it's out of bounds. Paige Springer back to serve. Into the back row still. Passed up front on the bump. Nice hit that time. Returned on 1 by the Badgers. Second set in the middle. Dump shot. Sherbein steps up underneath. Back over the left side. Hutchinson. Double block. Bebout underneath it. Double block. Bebout again. Back up and over. I didn't see the 4 hits on that one, unless it wasn't a block to start with. So apparently that must have been what happened. It wasn't blocked by Perkins County. It was a hit in the net. So the Badgers get called for 4 hits there. 16 serving 18. Back to serve is Kaylin Mackey. Right side of the serving line. Tosses into the air. Soft serve coming up. Passed up front. Belleville sets Hutchinson left side. Nice shot, but a great save by Perkins County and bumped over on 3. They just scramble all over. Got quick feet. Underneath them, Bebout tries to go to the back corner, but Perkins County seen that last night. They're there. Double block by the Badgers right side of the net, and the hit there by Ella Holman into the double block, off the block on Valentine's side, and it's a 1-point ball game, 17-18. This is about what I expected, a very close match in here. And again, Mackey back to serve. 17 serving 18, trying to tie things up. Badger youth crowd getting into it in here. Belleville up front in the middle. Oh, nobody there for the hit. And it's tied at 18. Tessa Euling coming in. Belleville set that one. Not sure who was supposed to step up and take that hit in the middle, but the Badgers want to take a timeout as momentum has switched on over to Perkins County Lady Plainsmen. We're tied at 18 in the first set. We got to win 3 out of 5 to advance. We'll be back in just 30 seconds.
Niobrara Valley Feed Service, your full-service Purina feed dealer on West Highway 20. Call 402-376-3565. Ready for a great Subway sandwich? Place your order using the Subway app and have your order waiting for you. Need ice? Grab that at Val Ice while getting your order. Times are changing, so is insurance. Get your free quote from Leslie Rewe at State Farm Insurance in Valentine. State Farm has it all. Leslie at State Farm Insurance.
18-18 as the Plainsmen come back. A couple of miscues by the Valentine Badgers. Costin in there. So the Badgers take a timeout, try to regroup, get those smiles back on their face. And Perkins County Lady Plainsmen, they got a good crowd with them here tonight as well. Made a long trip up from Grant area. Got to be about 3 hours anyway. Made that long trip up to cheer on the Lady Plainsmen tonight. So kudos for their fans for traveling well. All right, Mackey back at the service line as we resume the action here. Tied up at 18. Mackey tosses the ball into the air, and Not quite sure what they called there, if there was a time limit on that, but they give up a point. I don't know if she didn't hear the whistle to get things going or what, but Badgers got the advantage now, 19-18. Belleville back to serve, third time through the Badger rotation, I believe. Into the back row, up front, Mackey sets it. Into the middle, nice hit, but Sherbein underneath it. Bump set for the Badgers. Hutchinson pops that one over it. Mackey sets it again, this time to the right side, long, off the end line. Just off the end line there. Badgers take the point, an advantage now, 20-18. Just off the end line for that hit. Belleville with the serve. Passed up in the back row, that time by Holman. Up front, close to the net, and they got it over on three, but it goes out of bounds. Not much that they could do, and now Coach Cole wants to take a timeout as the Badgers go up by three, getting closer to game point at 21-18. Valentine leads it in the first set. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back in just 30 seconds.
Need to complete a degree, learn a new skill, or need specialized training? MPCC is your first choice. Low-cost quality education at Mid-Plains Community College in Valentine. Call 402-376-8033. Who helps you build? Hometown number, that's who. Anderson Windows, Benjamin Moore Paint, Milwaukee Power Tools. Hometown number, 122 North Hall Street, 402-376-2390. Sandhills State Bank. Sandhills State Bank, they know the communities, the values, and the people of the Sandhills. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
21-18, Valentine with a three-point advantage here, but the first set, it ain't over yet. Danny Belleville back to serve here for the Badgers, right to left. A freshman pops it up into the air, middle back row. Brought back in there by Holman. Up close to the net, tipped over. Badgers trying to get it, and I think that was just a little help over the net by Addison York, who helped that one, wasn't going to clear it, and she reached up to that tall frame and helped it over the net a little bit, caught the Badgers a little bit out of sync. Served by Perkins County. Sherbein up front, Belleville. Back set right side. Diving forward is Mackey, and bumped back over by sophomore York again. From the left side, nice kill this time, a little off-speed hit by Melissa Hutchinson. And Hutchinson, or Ashland rather, gets the kill on that. And the Badgers up 22-19. She's got 3 kills on the night now. Long serve toward the end line, picked up by Perkins County. Set left side, double block. Nice job at the net again by the Badger blockers. Returned on 3 by Perkins County. Back set right side. Annalena Nelson with the hit. Didn't see if that was tipped. Doesn't look like it was hit at the net. And it's going to be a point for Perkins County. 20 serving 22. Back to serve will be Tessa Ewing, one of the seniors on this Lady Plainsman squad. Over to Jansen. Up front Belleville. Off the speed this time. Bebout with the hit. Perkins County underneath it. Set left side. And we're going to get an illegal hit by the Badgers, or into the net maybe up front. Kind of a later whistle on that. So it's 21-22. Badgers trying to regroup, finish out this first set. Got to win 3 out of 5 here. Euling into the net, though. That helps the Badger cause, as that is a 6th net serve, or serving error, by Perkins County. And Valentine at 23-21. And Valentine in one of their better rotations here with Jansen at the serve, but this one just a little bit too long. That's the 2nd serving error of this set against the Badgers. And the height comes out. York checks out. Coming in is Macy Cole in the serve. Right-hand side of the serving line. Tips the net and then drops on Valentine's side. That is going to be an ace serve by the Lady Plainsman in there. And again, that's by Macy Cole, the freshman, coming in to serve. And we're tied at 23. And Valentine wants to take a timeout as they try to put this one away. We'll be back to see what happens in the first set right after this 30-second timeout. Well, the Badgers take a timeout. It's tied at 23-23, and this is exactly what I kind of expected coming into this matchup. Going to be some close sets. Serve belongs to the Lady Plainsmen. And another, that's going to be an ace. Valentine got a couple of touches on that one, but the advantage now at game point to Perkins County. And back to serve, Macy Cole. She's got a little curve and English on that somehow with that right hand. Coming around, low, hard serve, just pounds it for a freshman. Badgers need to get out of this rotation, get the serve back from the left side, going into the back corner, it's out. Perkins County crowd didn't like that. Valentine crowd did. They get the right call there, tying it up at 24-24. It's really hard to see when you're up this far away and the angles, especially on those in lines where you're not on the line, so you can't see exactly where that ball is going to hit. Ty Miller to serve. Passed up front by Euling. And set right side. Double block at the net. Down on Valentine's side. Can't get to it. Scrambling for it. Jansen lays out there, but it'll be advantage to Perkins County, 25-24. They have the serve. Back to serve is Cameron Klockman now. Sophomore. Back to Jansen. Up front, Belleville. Back set right side. And the hit. Kill on the right side by Sherbein. Sherbein with 5 kills on the night. Came at a great time there. Tying the game up at 25-25. And Mia Sherbein goes back to serve. Into that back row. Passed up front. Off net hit. Nice hit that time on the left side by Ella Holman again. Perkins County, not only do they scramble well, getting underneath those balls and making sure they don't hit the floor, they're attacking as well. They're probably getting as many attacks tonight as what the Valentine Lady Badgers are. So they're coming right after it. They have the advantage now, 26-25 and the serve. Jansen pops that one up in the back row. Hutchinson left side. Hits it to the back row after a tip. Back up and over on 3 by Perkins County. Left side, Hutchinson. Again, tipped at the net, but picked up, saving it, Cole. And tipped over again by Perkins County. Back to Hutchinson again. Big shot this one over the blockers. Bump set, left side with the hip. Jansen underneath it. Popped up, left side. Hutchinson off the right corner. Brought back into play by Perkins County. Bumped over on 3. Jansen from the back row. Set left side. Hutchinson into the net. There was a block there, but I think it's going to hit the net. And it's going to be 24-26, I believe, is what they end up with on that. 24-26 for the first set belongs to Perkins County as they take set number 1 here. Got to win 3, and I think they're going to each win their share tonight. Time out between the sets. We're going to be back with set number 2 coming up in 60 seconds.
Connor Brothers Auction Service has over 30 years experience selling household items, machinery and equipment, antiques and collectibles. For all your auction needs, call 402-389-1645 or visit ConnorBrothersAuction.com. Empire Accounting and Financial Services at 219 North Cherry Street, offering a full range of accounting services. Empire Accounting. Mituro Mexican Restaurant. Stop by before or after the game for authentic Mexican food at Mituro on East Highway 20 in Valentine. Small groups or large family groups at Mituro Mexican Restaurant.
At Ron's Quick Lube, service makes the difference for all general automotive service work from brakes, shocks, and struts to tire rotations and oil changes. That's Ron's Quick Lube. Santos Family Dental on 3rd and Main in Valentine. Dr. Kelly and Adam Anderson for family-friendly dental services. Call 402-376-1942. Anchor G Fencing. Southern South Dakota and Northern Nebraska. Fencing done right, on time, and affordable. 30 years experience. Call the schedule 308-870-5536. That's 870-5536.
It is Halloween costume night tonight. The Badgers cheerleaders are all zombie cheerleaders. And I see a large banana. I see a hunter over there. Let's see, what else do I see? Some dinosaurs, a construction worker. They've kind of got it all in the student section tonight for a little school spirit there, and they're getting into the ball game. That was a great first set. Valentine ends up on the losing end of things by 2, 26-24. But we'll go to set number 2 now. Badgers still right-hand side of the net. Perkins County Lady Plainsmen. Very scrappy. They move. They predict where that ball is going to be going out. Valentine's going to have to come up with a little bit different mojo in there to try to get those open spots found. They still got smiles on their faces as they come out in this one. Not a lot of hitting errors, not a lot of serving errors. Valentine had 2 serving errors, 1 ace in that first set. Perkins County had 1 ace as well, but they had 6 serving errors, it looks like, in that first set. So that gave Valentine a little bit of an advantage on that side of things as well. It looks like as far as hitting goes, Nia Sherbein leads everyone with 5. Ashlyn Hutchinson with 3. Ella Holman has 3 for the Plainsmen as well, and 2 each for Clockman, and also 2 for Zoe Hansen in there. So Valentine looking to try to get back into the groove here. We're going to start with Perkins County serving. Ella Holman will step back to serve. Into the back row, Hutchinson passes up front. Belleville sets and bumped over by Nelson. Nelson kind of playing with a little gimp on a wheel there. Nice hit, left side or right side again this time by the tall gal. Addison York has 3 kills now. And again, I'm not sure, they don't give us how tall the girls are there, but she's got to be about 6 foot, and so she's got up off the floor. She's got a pretty good angle on that. Serving error over the left side by Perkins County that time. Went to the left of the court. And we'll go over to Valentine serving 1. Hutchinson with the serve right to left. Ace serve off the middle of the back row and out of play into the bleachers there. And Hutchinson gets the ace on that one. And Valentine takes a 2-1 advantage. Valentine led most of the way in the first set till they got into the low 20s, and then it was back and forth until finally won by Perkins County. Valentine's side of the net. Sherbein with the hit. Passed up front. On the bump set that time is Mackey. Hit down the left sideline will be out of bounds. Valentine's point up 3-1 now. Valentine just needs to keep their composure and do what they do best. Hutchinson with the serve. Right back corner, passed up. Mackey will back set right side. Cross the grain hit by Perkins County. Badgers underneath it, bumped over on 3. Mackey again sets it into the middle this time. And a dink shot again by Addison York, who gets her 4th kill of the night. Again with that height advantage. She gets up on top of everybody and she can really see the court where there might be an open spot there. And she dinked that one again just across and against the grain. 2 serving 3. Jansen up to the net, dead out of the net by Belleville, hopped over by Bebout. Been some great volleys in here. And again, the hit from the left side by the Addison York, a sophomore with her 5th kill. She's become a true weapon in that front row for the Plainsmen. And now tied up at 3, serving 3. Euling back to serve. And that one comes outside the pylon, and another serving error for the Plainsmen, giving the Badgers a break with the advantage now, 4 serving 3. Jansen with the serve. Into the right back corner, passed up to Mackey, set in the middle. Hit is going to be long. Trying to see if Badgers touched it. Everybody on Perkins County side said they got a block on it, but the referee said no. It'll be a point for the Badgers. 5 serving 3. In the back row, passed up. Mackey sets it in the middle again. This time, no doubt about it. Into the double block, but through it on Valentine's side, and Cameron Clockman gets a power hit that time. And it's going to be 4 serving 5. Macy Cole. This is a freshman that finished out the last set for the Badgers with a wicked serve. There it is again. It's got a little spin on the ball. Hard to handle and a little curve as well. Badgers try to tip it from the middle to the right side, and the tip is a little too far out. It goes off the sideline, and it'll be a point for Perkins County. 5-5 now, second set. Perkins County won the first set. In the back row, it is close to the line, but out. Another serving error by Perkins County that time. And Ty Miller will be back to serve here for the Valentine Lady Badgers. Now up 6-5. Close second set. Back set, right side, cross the grain. Ball is long and out of bounds. Wasn't going to be anything the Badgers could do. If it was a little couple feet shorter, it would have been in, but Badgers had an open spot there. They'd come over to overplay on the left side of their defense. Now 6-6. Well, that one must have been in the net because they gave the point over to Perkins County to tie it up. Jump ball at the net. With Sherbein now with the Badgers. Back to Sherbein left side. Hits it hard up to the net. Helped over on two. Back over on two by the Badgers, and it touches the net. Belleville kind of almost bump set that one, but it caught the top of the net and dribbled over down on Plainsman's side for the advantage. Valentine, 7-6. Belleville gets that. We'll call it a kill on that one. On a net serve by the Valentine Lady Badgers, their first of this set. They only had two in that second set. Now tied up, 7-7. Left side of the serving line, Zoe Hansen, a sophomore. Right hand serve. Into Miller in the back row to Sherbein. Set to Hutchinson left side. Not a lot of heat on that one, and Perkins County comes back. There's a hit from the left side by Holman. Badger blockers tipped it at the net, and it goes out of bounds. So now advantage to Plainsman, 8-7. And they keep the serve. Serving left to right in here. Left-hand side of the serving line. Jansen passes up front. Hutchinson left side on the hit. Nice job of digging that one out of the woodwork by the Plainsman back to the Valentine side. And the Badgers come up in the middle going to hit it. Caught into the net. And now a 2-point advantage here for the Plainsman. 9 serving 7. Again the serve by the Plainsman. Hutchinson under that. Back to Hutchinson left side. Hitting across the grain again. Making a dive for it over there was Hansen. Gets a hand underneath it, but it goes off of her out of bounds. Point Valentine, 8 serving 9 now. Down by 1. Paige Springer goes back to serve. Right hand side of the serving line. Still on the basketball paint there. In the paint, I guess you'd say. Straight down the middle. Hard to handle, but the Plainsmen dig underneath it. And a little dump shot from the left side by Ella Holman picks up her 5th kill for the Plainsmen, and they maintain a 2-point advantage. Jansen checking back into the ball game as Springer comes out of the back row. And back to serve will be Kaylin Mackey, senior and setter. One of the setters, they kind of go with a 2-setter rotation. Usually her and Macy Cole also. We've seen her do quite a bit of setting. Sherbein underneath it. Up to Hutchinson. Hutchinson hits the back row. Bumped back up and over by Hansen. Belleville will set Hutchinson left side. Blocked by Perkins County at the net, but it comes down on Valentine's side but out of bounds. So Valentine will score the point. 9 serving 10. Belleville will go back to serve here for Lady Badgers. And this one's going to be an ace serve by the Badgers, their second ace of this set, tying it up at 10-10. Got it over the net toward the left sideline. They tried to bring that one up and in, but didn't get enough height underneath it for a teammate of the Plainsmen to get a second hit. Mackey will set left side, right-hand hit. This time Badgers underneath it. That angle on that makes it really, really difficult when she's so tall. Little dink over the net. Great job by Hutchinson. And a push over the net that time by Devaney. Bumped over it. Belleville up front. Will set it left side. Hutchinson down for the kill. Left side. And Hutchinson takes the 4th kill of the night for the Lady Badgers. The Badgers have the advantage again, 11-10. They've used Hutchinson more hitting than Sherbein in this particular game thus far. Again, from the left side, call on top of it. The Badgers miscommunicated. Nobody came to get it on the second hit. A nice pop-up into the air, tied up at 11. Point for the Plainsmen. Going back to serve is going to be Ella Holman for Perkins County. Winner advances to a district title game. And the net serve will be another serving error, number 4, against the Plainsmen here in this set. They had 6 in that first set. They're on track here now, about halfway through this second set. Badgers have advantage 12 to 11. Bebout back into the front row for the Badgers here. Good job of blocking for her. Hasn't been able to find that open court corner like she was last night, where she found several little shots into the back corner. Badgers making sure that their rotation is right before we resume. Hutchinson waiting to serve. So I think we're okay. Let's see. Badgers take their positions. The referee takes their position. Hutchinson ready to serve. Left-hand side of the serving line. Gets this one up and over. Hit from the right side. It is across the court, and I believe it is going to be a point. It was on the line, and it gives a point to Perkins County to tie it up at 12-12. That kill to Cameron Klockman, I believe, again, off the right side of the net across the court. Euling to serve. Jansen passes it up front. Belleville sets left side. Shervine with a little tip over the net with 2 hands. Over the left side, and the hit to Hutchinson back row. Back to Shervine again. Not the heat that we usually see from her, but placement on that one. And this one to hit into the net, it looks like. Nope. Badgers up into the net, and a 13th point for the Plainsmen. Badger blockers got in there too far, and it is 13 serving 12. Euling to serve again, left to right for the Plainsmen. Jansen passes up to Belleville. Belleville sets left side. Shervine with no heat dumps that one over. Mackey with the bump set, tipped over. Badgers scrambling. 2 of the players ran into each other. Couldn't get to it, and it goes errant off of their pass, and it's 14-12. 2-point advantage for Perkins County here in the second set. They won the first set 26-24. Flips the net, goes over with the off speed again, and that is going to be an ace for Perkins County. Now 3-point advantage, 15-12. Badgers are going to take a timeout in here, try to smile, get those smiles back on their face. So, timeout in the second set. It is 15-12. Perkins County Lady Plainsmen lead Valentine in the second set. We'll be back in just 30 seconds.
Sports team sponsors include Osmond Implement East of Mission, your local tractor and loader dealer. See their inventory online at missiontractors.com. Double J Popcorn, proudly served at all Badger games, available at stores throughout Nebraska. Visit them online at doublekpopcorn.com. Good luck, athletes. Brush up on your game and your teeth from Dr. Frank and his staff at Valentine Dental Clinic. Currently accepting new patients.
Welcome back. Valentine down by 3 here in this timeout called for by the Badgers. Plainsmen up 15-12. They won the first set. Valentine Lady Badgers taking a timeout here and visiting with coach to get things back on track. They lost the first set in a close one by 2 in overtime points. Now the Badgers will try to get this one and break this serve, cut into that lead just a little bit there for the Valentine Lady Badgers. Over to Jansen, up front to Belleville. Tipped by Shervine, off the block, and the Badgers get the point. So they cut into that by a score of 13-15 now. Now they got to make up a little bit more ground, keep things moving along here. Jansen with the serve. Left-hand side serving line, running jump serve. Passed up front to Mackey. Back set, right side. Belleville underneath the hit. Bumped over by Shervine. In the back row, passed up front. Mackey sets it again in the middle. Hit's going to be long this time and out of bounds. So it's going to be 1-point ball game, 14-15. Valentine with an opportunity to tie the game here. And again with the serve, Jansen, Mackey, back set, right side. Tips it into the net that time, it looked like. Didn't get it over the net. And They did get it over the net, down in the block on Valentine's side, and it's going to be a point for Plainsman, 16-14 now. Serving is Macy Cole, the freshman. Long serve that time, and a serving error. She's got that wicked serve. It's low, it's fast, hard, and got a little spin on it, a little English on some of those, and hard to read. I swear it curves from up where I'm sitting at, too. So Ty Miller comes in to serve for the Valentine Badgers. Back to Euling up front. Set right side into the block and through the block. Badger didn't get a real good block on that one at the net, and it's going to be a point for the Plainsmen, 17-15 now. And again, serving is Cameron Klockman, a sophomore, right-hand side of the serving line. Straight away, Hutchinson up to Belleville, back set Sherbein, 10-foot line, dumps it over. Didn't need the heat that time as Sherbein gets the kill. Her 6th of the night, but it's been her 7th of the night. But it's been a little while since we've seen her being able to get some open court over there. She goes back to serve now. Mia with a soft serve coming over in the set, left side Cole. And in the right back corner across the court. Good hit again by Ella Holman, a junior, her 6th kill of the night. Coming off the bench, Ava Seeger into the front row. I think it's the first time that we've seen her into the lineup tonight. And it's a 2-point spread, 18-16. Back to serve is Zoe Hansen. Left-hand side of the serving line this time. Sherbein under that one. Popped over by Hutchinson. Left side, here's another hit. Blockers up front, tipped it. Belleville scrambles. Paige Springer a little slow getting up there, like she maybe twisted an ankle in there. Jump ball at the net. She comes right back and gets up on the block. But she's got a little bit of a limp there when she got tangled up and went down at the net that time. But the Badgers have cut it back to a 1-point deficit now. An opportunity to tie on this serve. Paige Springer back to serve. And it's an ace serve for the Valentine Lady Badgers, and Paige Springer gets the ace tonight. Nice job there. Tie ball game now, 18-18. Springer, now the opportunity for the Badgers to take the lead. Serve is long. Only 2 serving errors on the Badgers in this set thus far, and they had 2 in the last set, so hopefully they're done with that. But it does give the advantage late in the set to Perkins County, 19-18. And their senior, Kaylin Mackey, coming in to serve now for Perkins County Lady Plainsmen. Pops this one over to Sherbein, up to Belleville. Left side, Hutchinson hits it. Up 3 ball at the net, and Bebout is there, making sure it's not going to come over. Bebout with the ace block again, and Bebout helps the Badgers' cause there and ties it up at 19 now. Belleville back to serve. Mackey sets it with a bump from outside, off the net, right at Jansen. Badgers a little out of sync there to try to get set up for an attack, but they do return it on 3. Long hit off the end line and out of bounds by Perkins County. Badgers advantage, 20-19. Belleville back to serve again, and Perkins County wants to take a timeout. We'll do likewise. We'll be back with more Badger volleyball. Valentine leads second set, 2019. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Valentine Livestock Auction Company, one of the best locally owned markets in the Midwest. Thursday is sale day. Go to ValentineLivestock.net for their upcoming sale lineup. At Nielsen Insurance, visit with Jason Kelber, Patty Welch, or Darlene Pablo to find the best insurance solution to fit your coverage needs for business, ranch, home, or auto. Delaney Cattle Services, including sale preparation, consulting, freeze branding, AI services, and semen sales with SP Genetics. Call 308-360-1974.
As we welcome you back here, the Badgers right now up 20-19 in this second set. They want to stay alive in this. They lost the first set, so trying to make up some ground in here. Belleville with the serve, and it's going to be a little long. Serving air ties it at 20. Back over again to Perkins County, and the serve to Holman. That one, Bebout picks it up out of the net. Great job because it was a net serve. Hit the top of the net and then crawled over. Bebout was right there to keep it alive, but popped it back up on the net, and Perkins County gets a pop down on top with the Badgers. Nobody there to handle it. 21-20, Perkins County leads. Jump serve again, and I think the Badgers got a piece of that one before it went off the end line, so a touch, and it's 22-20, and that'll be an ace serve for Perkins County. Badgers are going to take a timeout, so we'll do likewise. We'll be back with more Badger volleyball coming up in 30 seconds.
Fill your home with comfort and beauty. Quality furnishings, floor coverings, window and wall coverings at prices less than you would expect at Nelson Furniture. Elevate agronomics for corn, soybeans, alfalfa, plus forages, grain, sorghum, grasses, and cover crops, as well as crop protection. Call Elevate Agronomics.
The next time you're in the real estate market, get a hold of Devin Muirhead with Strikey Realty. Let Devin put his experience in the construction business to work for you in the real estate business. For your real estate needs, call Devin Muirhead, 402-376-5144.
Welcome back, where the Badgers have it tied up at 20. They have a 20-19 lead, but now Perkins County has come back a 22-20 lead, and they won the first set, 26-24. So Badgers want to hang on to this one, try to come back. They take a timeout, try to get their mojo back here. Perkins County has the serve. At the serving line will be Ella Holman. Jump serve over to Sherbein, Belleville, and Hutchinson. Blocked that one into the double block, but it comes down on Perkins County's side, or out of bounds, and Valentine will take that point, and it's 21-22. Try to tie it up in here. Oh, and it's going to be a serving error against the Badgers to give 23-21. Don't forget Badger Highlights coming up on Saturday morning. We'll wrap up football season with Coach Ian Bish. We'll also get Alex Jensen to talk about a wrap-up on cross-country season as well. Giovanni from out of the net brings that one back in. And it is going to put a game point. Badgers with apparently into the net there. And it's game point, 24-21, Perkins County. Ready to serve. Over to Sherbein with a soft serve. Up to Belleville. Back to Sherbein. On the hit. Down the left sideline. Badgers ain't done yet. They put that one on the line, and it's going to be 22-24. Sherbein with the kill. Her 8th of the night. And Jansen back to serve. Drives them back on their heels. Perkins County Mackey sets it left side. Tipped at the net. Diving underneath it is Hutchinson, bumped over by Sherbein. Up close to the net, got back down by the Lady Badgers, Paige Springer. Paige Springer makes that one with an ace block there. And Coach Cole wants to take a timeout. 23-24, the Badgers switch the momentum a little bit here, pick up a little bit of steam late in the second set. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back with the Badgers trailing second set by 2. We're back in 30 seconds.
Eric Scott Law Office on North Main and Valentine for assistance in ag, general practice, trust, commercial real estate, and estate planning. Kalani Motors in Valentine, the home of Dodge and Ford trucks, cars, SUVs, minivans, and crossovers. Stop out to see their large Polaris ATV lineup and PK Angus Production Bull and Female Sale the third Monday in December at the Ranch east of Valentine. Also available by private treaty. Producing bulls that make their commercial bull customers profitable in the long term. PK Angus.
All righty, as we get ready to go, Badgers down 23-24. Got to make up a little bit of ground in here. Try to tie this one up. Jansen with the serve. Nice drop on that one, close to the net. Mackey brings it out. Badgers called for being into the net, it looks like, or reaching over, and Perkins County will win 25-23. So Perkins County takes the first 2 sets. Badgers still on the court looking for an explanation of what that was for sure, because the ball was still in play. I think they're going to say she was over the net on that. So up and reached over the net. Well, I got to be honest with you, because the 6-foot girl for the Plainsman has been doing that for a while. All right, so the Badgers down by 2. Now they got to come back and win 3 straight. So it's an uphill battle. Let's see if the Lady Badgers can get it done. We'll be back. Sub-district volleyball in just 60 seconds.
Your local Can-Am Off-Road, Husqvarna and Doolittle and Black Hills Auto dealer. Call No Limit Power, 402-376-8050, or stop by West Highway 20 in Valentine. Erie County Hospital and Clinic in Valentine, providing personalized, quality, progressive health care. Check them out at ErieCountyHospital.org. And Michael Klinder, CPA, personal, small business, or ranching. 904 East Highway 20 or call 402-389-0565. Michael Klinder, CPA.
Sports team sponsors include Henderson's IGA in Valentine, where you can count on USDA choice beef in a wide variety of cuts in the huge meat department at Henderson's IGA. This area's first stop for all your quilting and sewing supplies, Baby Lock Sewing Machine and Serger dealer, Country Fabrics and Crafts in Valentine. Outback in Valentine can take care of your screen printing and embroidery needs. It's professionally done to look great. Outback in Valentine.
Well, the first 2 sets go to Perkins County, 24-26, 23-25. A couple of close ones there, but they slipped away from the Valentine Lady Badgers. You got to win 3 out of 5, and so Valentine has to come back now and win 3 straight in order to keep their season alive and pick up that 23rd win of the season. Valentine had a little bit more problem at the service line in that set. They had 4 serving errors, I think 1 ace. And for Perkins County, they ended up with 5 serving errors and a couple of aces there. But Valentine, let's see, all in all, there's been 11 serving errors by Perkins County in the first 2 sets. Valentine has only had 6. So officials had a little conference there during the timeout as well between sets. But Valentine now got to be laser focused, but yet still have fun. That sounds like it's easy to do, right? Devani Belleville will serve for the Valentine Lady Badgers. Freshman at the line, right-hand side. Starting set number 3. Badgers down 2 sets. Mackey's going to set it over to the right side and dumped at the net. Great job there by Bebop keeping it alive. Now Sherbein underneath it. Badgers scramble. Hutchinson taps that one over to Perkins County. Left side hit. Sherbein underneath it. Belleville sets over the left side. Hutchinson with the hit. Little off speed that time. Mackey comes over, sets left side. Hit. This time Belleville underneath it. Over to Nelson. In the middle after a little glance off the block. And down for the kill on Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets her 5th kill of the night. Actually, Ashton should have 8 on the night right now. So maybe that's her 9th. She's been doing the heavy lifting on this side. And off the back row on the pass. Badgers up 1-0. 2-0 now after that. Went into the crowd a little. Looks like a couple of the Plainsmen miscommunicated on that one and put it into the grandstands. Badgers serve. Mackey sets left side. Here comes the big 6-foot hitter into the net. Badgers trying to watch. They've been called in the net several times. They're trying to make sure they stay back up off of that. But that 6-foot hitter over there, Badgers take the point, 3-0 lead now. Passed up front. Mackey sets left side. Again, here's the tall one. Dumped down on top of that one. Over to Badgers, and Hutchinson with the kill into the double block. It comes back on Valentine's side, but out of bounds. Badgers off on a 4-0 run to get things started. I'm trying to find the difference between where their 6-footer just reached up and tapped that one down, and Valentine being up over the net. I'm not sure on that ruling there in that last game. There's the hit from Hutchinson on the left side, goes right against the grain. It's going to sail just out of bounds, and it'll be a point for Perkins County. Back to serve for the Lady Plainsman, Ella Holman, left to right here. With the jump serve, long out of bounds. And a serving error by the Plainsmen to start things off, and the Badgers got a good start in this one. They got to keep playing hard. Hutchinson, left-hand side of the serving line. Badgers have scrambled really well, keeping some balls that normally you would think would hit the floor up into play. Badgers with a slight tip at the net. And the cut against the grain will give a point to the Plainsman on the kill that time. And again, that's going to be Addison York on the right side. 2 serving 5. Euling serving for the Plainsman. From the 10-foot line, heel of the hand. They use that one by Sherbein over the net. Left side, Sherbein pops it up. Jansen bumped over by Sherbein. Back to the Plainsman. Mackey will set it in the middle, deep in the right corner. They called that one out. Perkins County didn't like that. And we'll see what the referee says. Getting some boos from the Perkins County crowd, but Valentine gets the point, 6-2. Jansen with the serve. Passed up to Mackey, backstepping a little bit in the middle. There's the hit. Double block by the Badgers in the middle. Tipped over by Perkins County. Back to the Badgers. Sherbein into the block. Kept it alive. Badgers coming over. And a double hit there by the Badgers, it looked like. So going to be 6 serving 3. Or 3 serving 6. Perkins County back to serve. Macy Cole, the freshman, has got that hook serve in there. Pretty much comes straight over, and this one's not going to work as it goes into the net, and the net serve. Badgers take a 7-3 lead. Ty Miller off the bench, now to serve for the Badgers, right side of the serving line. Her normal rotation comes in there directly to serve. This one passed up front, this time the set, back set right side, and there wasn't a touch at the net. The hit's long by Perkins County and out of bounds. Badgers up 8-3 as Valentine gets a really good start here in this third set. Let's see if they can keep things going with Millo's serve. Into the middle, passed up front. Set left side by Macy Cole. The hit, double block at the net. Badgers dig it out of the net once, can't get it out of there twice. Point going to Perkins County, 4 serving 8. Back to serve is Cameron Klockman, sophomore. Softer serve this time. Hutchinson up to Belleville. Back set right side, off the net. Nobody from Perkins County moved on that one in the back row, thinking the other one was going to get it. A kill again by Sherbein, this time from the right side attack. And Badgers up 9-4. Sherbein goes back to serve. Passed up front by Euling. Free ball at the net, and Hutchinson is there. Springer is there. Badgers win the jump ball at the net, up 10-4. Badgers lead it. Biggest lead that anybody's had in any of these 3 sets thus far. That 6-point lead right now by the Badgers. From off the net, left side, tapped over by Perkins County. Back to Hutchinson. Block at the net. Back up and in. Underneath it is Belleville to set Hutchinson left side. Tips this one over. Free ball on one, brought back over. Springer will set. Hutchinson hits again. Into the back row. They tried to scramble. Just couldn't quite get Perkins County underneath that one. And the Badgers off to an 11-4 start. Perkins County looks a little worried, and they take the timeout. Badgers with a good start to set number 3. Looking pretty focused. We'll be back in just 30 seconds.
Sports team sponsors include Wicked Construction, full speed ahead, specializing in carpentry and concrete work. See them on West Highway 20 or call 402-376-2964. Scotty's Ranchland Foods, shop this area's largest beef promoter for fresh meat cut to perfection. Scotty's Ranchland Foods, where you get butcher shop fresh meat.
Need something fast? The Bull Market on East Highway 20 in Valentine. Burgers, fries, salads, and chicken. It's the Bull Market. It's the new Bull Market on East Highway 20 in Valentine.
Well, the Badgers in control right now of this third set. Unfortunately, they lost the first 2 in close ones, 24-26, 23-25. Mike Burge along with you here. Set number 3 is where we're at. Valentine off to an 11-4 start. Perkins County taking the timeout. Now, Badgers with the serve. Back serving is Mia Sherbein. Kind of the middle of that serving line. Straight away down the middle. Ace serve by the Badgers. Great job there by Sherbein. Just hard to handle on the serve, and the Badgers off to a 12-4 start. So they pick up right where they were at before they took the little break there for the timeout. This one hand underneath it, popped it back up. Little tip over the net that time by Perkins County. Hutchinson left side off the inline, hits the scoreboard. Hutchinson with a 9th kill of the night. Badgers expanding the lead, 13-4. And again, Sherbein to serve, gets the go-ahead whistle. Euling in the back row, and we got a rotation error against Perkins County, I believe is what the officials said. So that'll be a point for Valentine, 14-4. I don't know if they had a sub come in. Somebody wasn't in the right spot anyway on that one. Coach Cole from Perkins County comes over to give an explanation on that. She seems to be satisfied. Ace serve by Sherbein off the inline, off the wall, and the Badgers with a couple of aces here, now with a 15-4 lead. Momentum into the Badgers side of the court right now. Sherbein with the serve. This one she takes a little heat off. Cole will set it left side, and the hit off to the inline and out. Just off the inline there. Badgers up 16-4. Sherbein serves again. Passed up front. And a double hit. Got a little tangled up. Misjudged the hit for Perkins County and gets tangled up with the ball at the net. And it's going to be 17-4. Badgers roaring in this third set. Sherbein serves again. Kind of crawls up the arm, scrambling. Perkins County able to get that over. Sherbein underneath it. Belleville sets Hutchinson left side. Back over to Perkins County. Set left side for Perkins County. In the kill, left side, Ella Holman gets her 7th kill of the night and breaks that Valentine run. But now it's 5-17, down by 12. Here comes Zoe Hansen to serve. Left-hand side of the serving line for Hansen. Low, good hard serve. Belleville bump sets underneath. Hutchinson off the line. Into Hansen in the back row. Set left side and little off-speed hit again. Badgers able to play it. Hutchinson at the net. Block back to the Badgers. Hutchinson again with the hit. This time up, free ball coming up. Tapped back down by Belleville. And a miss hit that time again at the net by the Perkins County Lady Plainsmen. And Valentine up 18-5. Badgers playing well at the net right now. Perkins County in the last few sequences have had a couple of mishits in there and struggling just a little bit. Passing up front, setting by Cole. Left side, power hit that time by Ella Holman for her 8th kill of the night. Taking the point. And rotation coming back in is Addison York, the sophomore. Little consultation on that. We've come to a conclusion, a guesstimate. She's about 6'2". So she's got a distinct height advantage of anybody out there on the field, on the court. Badgers underneath it, running under Belleville. Hutchinson with the soft hit that time. Left side, little lift over the net that time. Hutchinson in the right back corner, diving underneath it. Trouble, not over the net on 3. Hutchinson drives him to the right back corner. They try to scramble and bring it back in from out of bounds. Hutchinson with 10 kills, I believe, on the night now. Back to serve is Belleville. Passed up front. Mackey close to the net. Bumped over by Perkins County. Back to Hutchinson. Nice job that time. Double block, but the Badgers are ready for it. Jansen backing him up. Underneath it, Belleville. Jansen bump sets in the middle. Belleville over the block. They got the block up there. Over the 6'2" in the air. Belleville right off of her fingertips. And down for the kill to Belleville on that one. Belleville gets a little big shot, her 2nd of the night. Badgers at 20-6 here. Up close to the net, Mackey digs it out. Good job that time by Mackey, bringing it out of the net for Perkins County. They managed to get it over on 3. Staving off this one right now, it's 7, serving 20. Back to serve will be Ella Holman. Holman is a junior for Perkins County Plainsmen. Slaps that one over. Belleville on the run, sets it. And the hit was a block at the net by the Badgers. No, not hit at the net. So 8 serving 20. Badgers didn't quite get enough air in there to get that angle to come down. Jansen passes up. Back set, right side. Hutchinson. One hand brought back in. Big job there by Hanson. Long hit, though, by the Plainsmen is out of bounds. Valentine 21 and Perkins County 8. Third set. Hutchinson will go back to serve. Left-hand side of the serving line. 21-8 is our score. Popped up. Mackey will set it in the middle. And up on top of it is their 6'2 hitter, Addison York, for her 7th kill of the night. I've got her down for. And it's going to stave off things here. 21-9. Back to serve is Euling for Perkins County. Jansen passes up front. Belleville. Sherbein, left side. There's the heat we've been waiting for. Sherbein off the left side. Right hand hit, right straight down to the floor. Badgers with authority there, 22-9. Danica Jansen back to serve for Lady Badgers. Into the middle. Mackey will set it. Back left side. The hit blocked at the net by the Badgers, but out of bounds on the Badger block. It'll be 10, serving 22 here. Coming in to serve is going to be Macy Cole. Again, she's got a pretty wicked serve when she gets a hold of it. And this one off the Badgers and out of play. It's going to be an ace serve for Perkins County there. It's low when it comes over the net, and it's fast. And it's got a little bit of English on it. And this one clips the net. Badgers are able to get underneath it. Sherbein, back to Sherbein, pops it over with the heel. Dump shot over the net this time up front by Hanson. Badgers not ready for that quick hit. And going to be 12 serving 22. Badgers just need to pick this one up, put it away. Refocus for sets. The next set's coming up 4 and 5. Another serving error into the net by Perkins County. Badgers at 23-12. Ty Miller checks into the ball game, back to the serving line. Badgers 2 points away from winning this first set of the night for them, but third set overall as they trail 2-0. There was a off-speed hit from the right side by Cameron Clockman. It caught the net and then rolled down the top of the net, caught the Badgers in a shift, giving up the point to Perkins County. Back to serve is Clockman. Over to Sherbein. Up front, back to Sherbein. Tips it over the net. Perkins County underneath it. From the 10-foot line, up and over. Belleville close to the net. Sherbein on top of that one. Euling underneath it for Perkins County. Back to the left side. Holman hit is long and off the end line. Badgers at game point. 24-13. Badgers try to win this third set after losing the first two. Sherbein with the serve on game point. Underneath it, off the 10-foot line is Holman. Up front, Belleville. Hutchinson left side. Hit the net, pops on over. Back to the 10-foot line again, it's Holman. Badgers able to play it. Hutchinson off speed and sets it down right in the floor in front of the back row where they fall out to get to it. Can't return it, and it's going to be Badgers winning this one 25-13. So the Badgers pick up one set win in here, and they trail it 2-1. Got 2 more sets to go here if the Badgers are able to extend their season into a district final. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Badger volleyball coming up in just 60 seconds.
Your local Can-Am Off-Road, Husqvarna, and Doolittle and Black Rhino trailer dealer. Call No Limit Power, 402-376-8050, or stop by West Highway 20 in Valentine. Cherry County Hospital and Clinic in Valentine, providing personalized, quality, progressive health care. Check them out at cherrycountyhospital.org. And Michael Flinder, CPA, personal, small business, or ranching. 904 East Highway 20 or call 402-389-0565. Michael Flinder, CPA.
Sports team sponsors include Henderson's IGA in Valentine, where you can count on USDA choice beef in a wide variety of cuts in the huge meat department at Henderson's IGA. This area is first stop for all your quilting and sewing supplies. Baby Lock Sewing Machine and Serger dealer, Country Fabrics and Crafts in Valentine. Outback in Valentine can take care of your screen printing and embroidery needs. It's professionally done to look great. Outback in Valentine.
Well, the Badgers now trail 2-1 to the Perkins County Plainsmen. They came in to play some volleyball tonight. They win the first 2 sets by 2 points only. Valentine rolls to a third set victory. I believe it ended up being 25-13. I didn't get a chance to look at the scoreboard for sure before they wiped that one off of there. Right now, Mia Sherbein has 11 kills. Ashlyn Hutchinson leads Valentine with 14 kills on the night. Got a couple out there for Belleville as well. For the Plainsmen, they're led right now by Ella Holman, the junior, with 8 kills on the night, and 7 coming in by Cameron Klockman. They also had 5 spreading the ball around by Zoe Hansen as well. So the Badgers go into set number 4 right now. In that last set, again, there were 4 serving errors by the Plainsmen. They had no aces, I don't believe. Valentine had a couple of aces in that set and no serving errors that I had written down anyway. Not to say they might have had one that I missed somewhere, but hopefully not. So the Valentine Lady Badgers are down 2-1. Got to win 3 out of 5, so they still got a chance here and some exciting volleyball action. So if you want to sneak up here, I'll give you a little hint. I think they quit taking tickets at the door, so you can walk in. But come on up and enjoy some volleyball. Hopefully the next 2 sets go the Badgers' way. Valentine again, right side of the net. Perkins County over on the left. As we describe the action here from up above, thanks to Blake and the crew here at Valentine High School for accommodating us, and Danielle Argenbright for hooking us up to their streaming as well. Glad to be along with you folks that are watching the streaming. Perkins County is going to have the serve to start things off here, and it's going to be Ella Holman, the junior, to serve left to right as we get set 4 underway. Sherbein gets a hold of that one in the back row. On the run, Badgers set that one up back to Sherbein, pumped over there. From off the net this time, and a kill again by the 6'2 Ella Holman, or rather Addison York gets her 8th kill of the night. And with that height that she's got, she can see the court well. She gets up off the floor, gets a good angle on those as well. Doesn't have a lot of speed on them, but seems to be able to see where to place them. Sherbein with the serve receive. Hutchinson from the right side. Perkins County picks it up. Left side, double block by Bebout and Nelson. And then Perkins County's hit will be into the net. Ties it up at 1-1. Good blocking up front by Nelson and Bebout over on that right side. Hutchinson to serve for the Lady Badgers. Right to left in here. Passed up front. Mackey will set it from close to the net. Off the net. Hutchinson with the receive then. Bumped over by Sherbein. Mackey again sets left side. Another hit. Looks like into the net. 4 hits by Perkins County. Didn't clear the net. Badgers up 2-1 here. Second set. They got off to a great start in that third set. Let's see if the Badgers can do it here or if the Plainsmen come back and focused here for set number 4. On the left side, hit over to Jansen, up to Belleville. Set left side, Sherbein tries to go down the left sideline. Was it touched? And Perkins County celebrating, but it was touched, and the referee is going to give that to the Badgers. And it's going to be 3-1. Ace serve by Hutchinson off the end that time. Badgers with another ace serve in there, and it's 4-1. Momentum continues here early in the fourth set for the Lady Badgers. Clip the net, goes over, off speed, and out of bounds. Off the receive that time on the pass. Another ace serve for Ashlyn Hutchinson. Badgers up 5-1. Right to left, Hutchinson with the serve. In the back, popped up, close to the net. Mackey does a good job bringing it out. There's the hit just off the rim line by Perkins County. And it's going to be Valentine's point again, 6-1. Coach Cole talking to the official on the floor, getting explanation in there as well. Nice job on the receive that time, back row. In the middle, the hit, popped up. Badgers bring it back in from out of bounds. B-Bout bumps it over. Mackey sets it in the middle. Here comes some heat. A little bit far left this time and out of bounds. A miss hit that time, and the Badgers up 7-1. Coach Cole up off the bench for Perkins County, giving some instructions there and keeping everybody in the right spot. Hutchinson with the serve, middle back row. Up front, Mackey sets, left side, hit, nice kill by Cameron Trockman, her 8th of the night. Point going to Perkins County, 2 serving 7. And coming into the ball game is Yuling, their libero, taking a position in the back row, and she'll go to the serving line. Jansen up underneath that one. Belleville sets. Nelson with the hit. Scrambling underneath. Over on one. Great job, Mackey, bringing it out. She slid under the net there. And coming back, Sherbine pounds that one in the back row. Sherbine with her 12th kill of the night. Badgers crowd and players were all looking at Mackey underneath as she kind of slid across the court that time. And trouble brought back in, still out of bounds, brought back up and over, but no, not over. Mackey tried to bring that one in from the bench line, did not go over, and Badgers off to a 9-2 start in this 4th set. And Perkins County might be suffering some jet lag from the road trip. Badgers off to a great 9-2 start in this 4th set. They got to win sets 4 and 5 to keep the season alive. We'll be back. More Badger volleyball coming up in 30 seconds.
Eric Scott Law Office on North Main and Valentine. For assistance in ag, general practice, trust, commercial real estate, and estate planning. Kalani Motors in Valentine. The home of Dodge and Ford trucks, cars, SUVs, minivans, and crossovers. Stop out to see their large Polaris ATV lineup. And PK Angus Production Bull and Female Sale the 3rd Monday in December at the Ranch east of Valentine. Also available by private treaty. Producing bulls that make their commercial bull customers profitable in the long term. PK Angus.
Badgers back out onto the court. Perkins County taking just a little bit longer there. Badgers up in set number 4, 9-2. They won set 3, 25-13 after losing by 2 in each of the first 2 sets. So Perkins County has a 2-1 set lead. Badgers with the net, not a net serve, it clipped and went on over, and then comes over, touched by the Perkins County, and that will be an ace serve for the Badgers yet again here. 10-2. Jansen with the serve. Underneath it, Mackey bump sets off the 10-foot line. Hit is deep in the right corner. Badgers thought it was going to be out. They let that go, and Zoe Hansen had the placement just right as she gets a 6th kill of the night. It's 3 serving 10 now. Listening to Badger volleyball on KVSH AM 940 Valentine, Nebraska. Long serve, serving error by the Plainsman. Badger with an 11th point. Ty Miller coming off the bench. She will go back to serve. Gets the call from Coach Porth where we're going to go with this one. Into the middle, back row, up front. Cole with the set, left side. Underneath it, scrambling a little bit. Badgers able to get it over on 3. Cole again, sets, left side, off the net, double block, kept alive by Belleville with an elbow, I think. Tipped over, a nice job that time. Paige Springer in the middle. Went back up and just tipped that away from everybody down the net at about a 90-degree or about a 20-degree angle on the net, and she gets the kill. So Paige Springer with another kill tonight, her 2 for her on the night. Badgers up 12-3. Here's the set left side by Perkins County. Underneath it is Jansen. Belleville bump set left side. Sherbine returned on 1. Coming back at him in the middle. Belleville back up on top of the free ball that time. Gets her 3rd kill for the setter in there. And the Badgers now in control 13-3. Miller serves again, right to left, right inside of the serving line. Ace serve! Badgers picking up an ace, and Coach Cole on the bench up again for Perkins County, looking for a change in here as they played really, really tough in the first 2 sets and won both. The third set and this fourth set thus far, they've kind of struggled to keep that intensity level up. Back set, right side, block at the net by the Badgers, back over by Perkins County. Then he sets it into the middle, tipped again this time by Springer, bumped over by Perkins County. In the middle, Sherbein with the hit, double block, back down on Valentine's side. That was number 4, number 14, so that was Holman and Franklin that teamed up on that one for the double block. Back to serve now will be Klockman. On the inline it looks like, and that's going to be an ace serve for Perkins County right on the line. Badgers backed away from that, thinking it was going to be out. 5 serving 14. Again, Klockman to serve, left to right. 5 serving 14. Miller underneath it. Kept it alive anyway, and the Badgers can't get it over on 3 though. Up at the net, and it's 6 serving 14. Badgers want to try to shut this down if they can. Again, Klockman serving. Badgers up front, and it's going to be another ace serve as again the Badgers didn't talk in the back row, knowing for sure where they were going to go for that one. And it's 7 serving 14. Klockman serve this time, Sherbein underneath it. Left side, tipped over by Springer, up for the single block. Springer again tries a little misdirection in there. Tip to the back row, Hutchinson underneath it. Sherbein tipped it the net back. Free ball coming up, Springer underneath it. Sherbein in the back row, off the Plainsman and out of bounds. Sherbein gets the kill, little tip shot, dinks it into the back row. Valentine breaks the serve, and it's 15-7 now. Back to serve is the freshman, Sherbein, and it's going to be into the net. Serving error number 1 in this 4th set. Coming off the bench is Ava Seeger for Yuling. Back to serve is going to be Zoe Hansen, a sophomore for the Plainsmen, left-hand side of the serving line. This one going to Hutchinson, back row, saved by Jansen, tipped from 20 feet back by Sherbein. Left side attack, long hit, nobody got it at the net. Nope, they're going to say it was tipped at the net. Badgers said no, it wasn't. But the officials say, yep, it was. Well, wait a minute. No, they got the Valentine. No, it was tipped at the net. Valentine gives up the point. And the kill on that side, I believe, was by Holman again. And again, the serve left side. Over to Jansen, up front Belleville. Left side Hutchinson, across the grain this time. Back over the left side to Holman with the tip. Badgers keeping it alive. Dump to the back row by Hutchinson. Again, Holman left side, blocked up at the net, close to the net. Belleville helps it over on 2. Here's Cole, sets it in the middle. Long hit, Badgers scrambling, can't get a second hit. Point, Plainsman. I think that call where the Badgers said, no, we didn't touch it, but the officials said, yes, you did, I think kind of threw them off for just a little bit, so the Badgers are going to have to shake that off. Zoe Hansen back to serve again. Closed the gap somewhat in here. It's now 10, serving 15, but a serving error by the Plainsmen will help the Badgers out. Now the Badgers just got to get their mojo back and get their concentration. Paige Springer back to serve for the Lady Badgers. 16 serving 10. Off-speed hit up to the front row. Hit left side, down for the kill again is Holman. She's got 10 on the night, I believe, for Holman on kills. And now their big gal, Addison York, at over 6 feet, checks back into that front row. Back to serve is Kaylin Mackey, the setter, one of the setters here for the Plainsmen. 11 serving 16 as they close the gap on the Badgers. Sherbein passes up front. Belleville sets Hutchinson, and I'm not sure that one cleared the net. There was a block there, but it's going to be 12 serving 16. Valentine tensed up just a little bit again now. They're off to a good roll in the start of this but the Plainsmen have hung around long enough. They're trying to come back. Mackey with the serve up front. Belleville now. Sets left side. Hutchinson tips it over. Nobody there. They misjudged the height on that one. And a kill that time by Hutchinson is going to be her 11th of the night. And the Badgers up 17-12, trying to fight their way to keep this one live. Force a fifth set in the back row. Euling passes it up front. And trouble on that. They get it up and over on the line. The Badgers play it. Hutchinson back. Double block in there again. Belleville tips it over. Nobody there. The Lady Belleville takes their fourth kill of the night there on a little big shot over. And the Badgers now pick up a little bit of mojo, and it's 18-12. Belleville back to serve. Into the back row up front. Mackey bump sets. And two-hand tip over the net that time again. Not a lot of force on there by York, but enough to get things down, and York picks up her 10th of the night. (13 serving 18). Back to serve is Ella Holman. Over to Jansen up front. Belleville tips it over. Plainsman ready for it on two. Left side hit at the net, and I don't think they cleared the net with that one. Badger blockers were there, but it'll be 4 hits on the Plainsmen. And Valentine up 19-13 as they inch their way closer to winning their second set of the night, 4th overall. Hutchinson with the serve, and ace serve by the Lady Badgers. Right in the middle back row, and it didn't drop like they expected it to. And they had to put their hands up in front of their chest to try to pop that one up. And Badgers up by 20-13 here. Hutchinson with the serve, flips the net. Plainsmen weren't ready for it. Another ace serve by the Lady Badgers, and the Plainsmen are going to take a timeout as Valentine sets with a lead, 21-13 in set 4. We'll be back with more Lady Badger volleyball from sub-districts right here in Valentine, coming up in 30 seconds.
Fill your home with comfort and beauty. Quality furnishings, floor coverings, window and wall coverings at prices less than you would expect at Nelson Furniture. Elevate agronomics for corn, soybeans, alfalfa, plus forages, grain, sorghum, grasses, and cover crops, as well as crop protection. Call Elevate Agronomics.
The next time you're in the real estate market, get a hold of Devin Muirhead with Strikey Realty. Let Devin put his experience in the construction business to work for you in the real estate business. For your real estate needs, call Devin Muirhead, 402-376-5144.
I did get a chance to get the Double K Popcorn Challenge. I forgot to mention that. But, of course, they use Double K Popcorn here at the Badger Den. So there's no contest in that one. But they provide popcorn to Valentine and surrounding schools to help them out with their concession stand costs. So just want to make sure that you can get microwave flavors and natural butter, picante, and kiddo corn flavors. Valentine, 21-13. Trouble, but brought back over. Is it out of bounds? Yes. Nice scramble that time by the Perkins County Lady Plainsmen. They brought it back up from what looked like was going to be out of play. Out of bounds by inches when it comes over to Valentine's side, 22-13. Mackey back sets it in the middle. Little big shot that time by York, and it's going to go out of bounds. 23-13. Badgers about ready to tie it up in sets and make it go to a fifth and deciding set. Good serve by Hutchinson. Mackey sets it. Left side. Good hit by Plainsman. Belleville underneath it. And bumped back over there by the Badgers. Mackey again sets right side. Tipped up at the net by the double block. And Badgers kind of lost where the ball was at in that block. Sherbein couldn't find it. It's going to go out of bounds off the Badger block. It's 14-23. Badgers trying to put this one away and tie it in sets. Losing the first two. Won the third. Very good likelihood they could go on and win it here in this fourth set. Tessa Euling with the serve. Nelson over to Jansen from the 10-foot line. In the middle, nice hit that time. Badgers can't handle the heat on that. Off the Badgers and out of play. And the heat in the middle that time by Cameron Klockman, I believe, that got the piece of that one. She's got 9 kills on the night. Serve into the back row. Jansen passes up. Belleville. Sherbein tries to tip that in, and it goes down on Valentine's side. Didn't clear the net with that one. Euling to serve again here. Badgers could use one of those serving errors. 16 serving 23. Passing up front from Hutchinson. Nelson with the tap over. Nelson's kind of playing on a bad wheel tonight as well. Bump coming over the net by the Plainsmen is going to be over the net but out of bounds. And it's going to be 24-16. Valentine at game point now to win the set number 2 as the Badger crowd comes alive. Like to see the spirit here. Served by Jansen. Back set in the middle. Bumped over by Plainsman. Back to Valentine. Sherbein takes the speed off. Down for the kill. Sherbein with 14 kills in 4 sets. Badgers win it 25-16. So the Badgers have stormed alive here in the last 2 sets, losing the first one 24-26. They lost the second set 23-25. Settled down, blew through the third set to win 25-13, and they win their fourth set 25-16. We're going to play all 5 here tonight in sub-district play between the Perkins County Lady Plainsmen and the Valentine Lady Badgers. Set 5 coming up in 60 seconds.
Valentine Livestock Auction Company, one of the best locally owned markets in the Midwest. Thursday is sale day. Go to ValentineLivestock.net for their upcoming sale lineup. At Nielsen Insurance, visit with Jason Kelber, Patty Welch, or Darlene Pablo to find the best insurance solution to fit your coverage needs for business, ranch, home, or auto. Delaney Cattle Services, including sale preparation, consulting, freeze branding, AI services, and semen sales with SP Genetics. Call 308-360-1974.
Sports team sponsors include Osmond Implement East of Mission, your local tractor and loader dealer. See their inventory online at missiontractors.com. Double K Popcorn, proudly served at all Badger games, available at stores throughout Nebraska. Visit them online at doublekpopcorn.com. Good luck, athletes. Brush up on your game and your teeth from Dr. Frank and his staff at Valentine Dental Clinic, currently accepting new patients.
Going into set number 5, Valentine Lady Badgers have tied it up 2 sets each now. Plainsmen really were playing well in the first 2 sets. I don't know if the long road trip a couple nights in a row has taken a toll on them, but they've struggled now in sets 3 and 4, which Valentine has won pretty handily, 25-13, 25-16. And Valentine started out with a really good start in both of those sets, so that'll be key for the Badgers to try to get rolling, because this will be a short set to just 15 points. Valentine, Ashlyn Hutchinson has 11 kills on the night. Mia Sherbein has gotten 14 thus far. 6 kills by Zoe Hansen of the Plainsmen thus far. 10 for Ella Holman, 10 for Addison York, 9 for Cameron Klockman. So they've really kind of spread the ball around pretty good between the Lady Plainsmen there as well. So we've been playing some solid volleyball for a little over an hour and a half now. Teams might be getting just a wee bit tired in here, going to 5 sets. I believe Valentine has the serve to start them. The officials took a little break there as well, and they're getting back into their position. So we go to set number 5, the first 1 to 15, win by 2 in this set. Badgers will have out on the court Paige Springer, Danica Jansen, Mia Sherbein, Annalena Nelson, Clara Bebout, Ashlyn Hutchinson, and Savannah Belleville. A couple of freshmen out there for the Valentine Lady Badgers, Sherbein and Belleville. Well, you get a chance to see them play for the next 4 years, hopefully here at Valentine High School. Plainsmen have the first serve of this final set. And back to start things off is Ella Holman, a junior. Jump serve, clips the net. It's going to be an ace serve, starting things off. Good momentum builder there for the Plainsmen. Hit the net, off speed then, drop down on Valentine's side if they can't come up in time to get to it. Next one, same spot, Jansen underneath it. Sherbein comes to help. Bumped over, no. Badgers can't get it over on 3. A little bit of miscommunication on that one. The Badgers just do not return it on 3. They got not a great pass to start with and didn't get it back up closer to the net and into the air. So 2-0 now. Jansen passes it up front. Belleville at the net. off to Hutchinson. Over to Plainview side. Mackey sets it left side. Dumped over the net by Devani. Belleville picks that one up. Hutchinson back from the left side. Mackey with back set right side. Down on the in line and out. So the Badgers get a break there, and it's going to be one serving two. Ashlyn Hutchinson to serve. Lone senior and ace serve for the Valentine Lady Badgers in set 5 to tie it up. It's now 2-2. Hutchinson to serve again, trying to break that, give Valentine an advantage here on Zombie Cheerleader Night. And the student section dressed up in their costumes for Halloween. A lot of school spirit tonight by the Badgers. Little dump shot over the net by Sherbine. Miscommunication, but they managed to save it for the Plainsmen. Belleville sets left side. Sherbine tips it through the double block. Sherbine gets a 15th kill on the night. Badgers up 3-2. And the advantage. Hutchinson to serve here again. Left side of the serving line. Right hand serve. Across the court into the opposite corner. Mackey sets it in the middle. Bebout blocks it. One-on-one block, and Bebout gets the ace block there. And the Badgers with a 4-2 advantage. Again with the Badgers serve here in set 5. Up high on the end line, brought back into play, and bumped over on 3. Jansen comes to play it. Belleville sets Sherbine left side. You can tell by the crowd reaction, Sherbine with a 16th kill brings the Badgers student section alive, and the Valentine hometown crowd. Timeout on the court as the Plainsmen want to slow things down a little bit. Badgers off to a 5-2 lead in set 5. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Common Brothers Auction Service has over 30 years experience selling household items, machinery and equipment, antiques and collectibles. For all your auction needs, call 402-389-1645 or visit CommonBrothersAuction.com. Empire Accounting and Financial Services at 219 North Cherry Street, offering a full range of accounting services. Empire Accounting, Eternal Mexican Restaurant. Stop by before or after the game for authentic Mexican food at Nitoro on East Highway 20 in Valentine. Small groups or large family groups at Nitoro Mexican Restaurant.
The Badgers student section in their Halloween costumes. Hats off there to Trevor Burdick, who went all out dressed as a cowboy tonight. So, and we've got a lot of other guys dressed up there and gals as well. Valentine with the lead, 5-2. Hutchinson with the serve. Mackey back sets, right side. Badgers under the hit. Back over to Annalena Nelson, hustles underneath that one. Sitting up front, Mackey will set it in the middle with the hit. And another block by the Badgers. Bebout in the middle that time with another ace block for Bebout. And it's 6-2 now. Ooh, the serve this time is going to go long. Badgers feeling the adrenaline. Off to a pretty decent start here. Up 6-3. Euling will serve left to right now for the Perkins County Plainsmen. Right-hand side of the serving line, kind of a soft serve. Sherbine up to Belleville, back to Sherbine. Double block, backing it up, Jansen. Sherbine this time tips it, diving underneath it, and brought back in on the play on 2, and bumped over by Plainsman. Mackey gets it up and over. Sherbine hit this one, through the double block. Another kill for Sherbine. She had some off-speed stuff and some tips earlier to kind of slowly accumulate about 15 kills. Now she's on fire. That's 18 kills for Sherbine, 15 for Hutchinson as they spread it between the two tonight. Danica Jansen back to serve. Valentine halfway there almost, 7-3. Jansen with the serve. Passed up in the back row. Mackey on the bump, but to the end line. Can they get it over? They do. Good job by Plainsman. Sending to Sherbine. Sherbine back again off the block. And tipped over by Belleville. Belleville with her 5th kill of the night. The Badgers up 8-3. Great focus by the Valentine Lady Badgers. Sherbine on the left-hand side there. Hit that into the block. It come right back at her, but she was aware of everything and kept it going. And the set is going to be a back set from the Plainsman, and it comes over the net and out on Valentine's side, 9-3. Jansen to serve again, right to left. Into the right back corner. On the move, Mackey has to get the set. Bumped over, no attack by Perkins County. Belleville set left side. There's a windup and the swing again. Belleville gets a tip over. Back to Belleville on the block. And the Badger, caught that one into the net. Trying to place that down the left sideline. And Sherbine caught the top of the net. She was aware of where she wanted to go with that one for sure. Here's the serve by the freshman, long and out of play. Serving there comes at a good time for the Badgers here in set 5. And Badgers first to reach double digits, 10, serving 4 now. Ty Miller off the bench to serve. You can hear in the background a kind of a constant roar of the Valentine crowd here. Student section on their feet. Serve's going to go left, and it'll be a serving error by the Lady Badgers. And going back to serve is going to be Klockman now for Plains County, right side of the service line. And they ducked away from this one, and it's long and out of bounds off the inline. Badgers get another point there, 11 serving 5 on their way to 15 in this 5th set. Good low high serve, ace serve. Sherbine with the ace. And the Badgers up 12-5, looking to put this one away in set 5. Sherbine passes it up front by Perkins County, off-speed hit. Badgers underneath it. Back in the middle, Paige Springer tries to tip. Perkins County there, left side. Hit on the floor by Perkins County. They're not done yet. Ella Holman gets an 11th kill of the night. And it's going to be 6 serving 12. And the serve is going to be Zoe Hansen, back row, left-hand side of the serving line. I think she's about the only one that served from the left side for Perkins County. 6 serving 12. Over to Jansen, up front, Belleville, 10-foot line, set left side. Hutchinson into the double block. Perkins County's going to play this one. Tipped over the net, again tipped up by Springer at the front. Belleville sets it left side. Hutchinson underneath it. Great job. Jansen keeps it going. Badger side of the net again. Belleville tips it over, 2 hands. Perkins County staying alive, left side. Tip to the back corner. Saved by Sherbine on a dive move. Almost hit the floor for Perkins County again, left side with the hit. Double block by the Badgers. Back to the Badgers side. Hutchinson left side, and it's double off the inline. Hustle and Sherbine, or rather Hutchinson. Very important kill for the Lady Badgers. 13 serving 6. Bebow coming back into the front row here. Done a great job blocking there tonight for the Badgers. Paige Springer with the serve, and it's going to be an ace serve for the Lady Badgers. The Valentine Lady Badgers at game point. They lost the first 2 sets. They came back and won set 3, 4, and now they're at game point in set number 5 for the Valentine Lady Badgers. And Paige Springer ready to serve this one for the Valentine Badgers. This one up, it's going to be long and a serving error. With a little bit of adrenaline flowing through the veins in here right now. 7 serving 14. Back to serve will be Mackey for the Perkins County Lady Plainsmen. Get this one up and over. Jansen passes it up front. Belleville sets it left side. Hutchinson's hit across the grain that time is wide and out of bounds. 8 serving 14. We're not done yet here. Mackey back to serve again. Mackey ready to serve. Passed up by Sherbine. Bump set there by Belleville. in the back corner by Hutchinson. Coming around, a little slide move, and it's going to be out of bounds. Point Valentine. Now Valentine at game point. No, they're going to say it was on the line, getting the point over to Plains County. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Badgers here at 14-9. They need one to win this one and advance to a district final. Stay right where you're at. I'm not going anywhere. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
At Ron's Quick Lube, service makes the difference for all general automotive service work from brakes, shocks, and struts to tire rotations and oil changes. That's Ron's Quick Lube. Santos Family Dental on 3rd and Main in Valentine. Dr. Kelly and Adam Anderson for family-friendly dental services. Call 402-376-1942. Anchor Z Fencing. Southern South Dakota, Northern Nebraska. Fencing done right, on time, and affordable. 30 years experience. Call the schedule 308-870-5536. That's 870-5536.
Back at Valentine High School, where the Valentine Badgers looking to come from 2 sets down, and what they would call a reverse sweep, I guess, in this one for the Valentine Badgers at 14-9. But Perkins County has the serve. Mackey with the serve over to Sherbein, popped it up into the air, over to Hutchinson, in a double block. Badgers win it. Badgers win in 5 sets. What a great feat by a young ball club in here to hang in there, being down 2 sets and coming back to win it in 3 straight in sets 3, 4, and 5. So the Valentine Lady Badgers celebrating on the sideline right now, as they should. What a great job here by the Valentine Lady Badgers and coaching staff. Perkins County came to play volleyball tonight, and they showed up in those first 2 sets, and they played hard. They played their hearts out, and they won. The scores were 24-26, 23-25. Perkins County winning the first 2. Then Valentine stormed back in set 3 to take it 25-13 and 25-16, and they win the final set 15-9 to win in a reverse sweep for the Lady Badgers, and they'll go to a district final 1 game away from going to state. So we'll be back and take a look at some stats coming up in just 60 seconds.
Need to complete a degree, learn a new skill, or need specialized training? MPCC is your first choice. Low-cost quality education at Mid-Plains Community College in Valentine. Call 402-376-8033. Who helps you build? Hometown number, that's who. Anderson Windows, Benjamin Moore Paint, Milwaukee Power Tools. Hometown number, 122 North Hall Street, 402-376-2390. Sandhills State Bank. At Sandhills State Bank, they know the communities, the values, and the people of the Sandhills. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Niobrara Valley Feed Service, your full-service Purina feed dealer on West Highway 20. Call 402-376-3565. Ready for a great Subway sandwich? Place your order using the Subway app and have your order waiting for you. Need ice? Grab that at Val Ice while getting your order. The times are changing, so is insurance. Get your free quote from Leslie Rewe at State Farm Insurance in Valentine. State Farm has it all. Leslie at State Farm Insurance.
All right, as we take a summary on things tonight for the Valentine Lady Badgers, Mia Sherbein led again with, I had for 18 kills on the night for Mia. Ashlyn Hutchinson not that far behind with 3. Vanny Belbel with 5 kills actually on the night. Paige Springer with a couple, and Clara Bebout with 5 on the night. Overall, Valentine had 1